I've never been one of those people who's easily spooked. Horror films, love them, haunted houses. Bit of fun. I don't exactly go looking for ghosts, but I've never been the type to believe in anything truly creepy. At least, I wasn't. That changed about a year ago. I just moved into a new flat. Nothing fancy, just a small 2-bedroom place near the city centre. I'd found it through one of those dodgy roommate apps. You know, the ones where you fill in a quick profile and you're suddenly living with someone you've never met before. His name was Luke, mid-20s, quiet, bit awkward. He worked night shifts at some warehouse, so we rarely crossed paths. In a weird way, it was ideal. I had the place to myself most evenings, and he'd be gone by the time I got up. We didn't talk much, just the usual, all right mate, in the hallway, or the odd text about bills. Never had a proper chat, never hung out. Which is probably why what happened still gets to me. It started small, a few odd things I brushed off. Like one night, I swore I left my phone charger plugged in. Next morning, it was gone. Found it a few days later in the bathroom cabinet. Weird, but whatever. Then I started waking up, feeling like someone had been in my room. Not like there's a ghost kind of feeling. More like the air felt different. You know when someone's just left a room? That weird tension. It was like that. I even joked to a mate about it, said maybe I was sleepwalking. He laughed and said, maybe your flatmate's got a thing for you. I laughed it off too, but I remember feeling a bit uncomfortable. Like, maybe that wasn't such a joke. Then came the night it all kicked off. It was about 3 a.m. Dead silent. I was half asleep when I heard something move. Not loud, just a soft scrape, like fabric on carpet. I sat up, listened. Nothing. But then I felt it. That same weird air, like I wasn't alone. I grabbed my phone, turned on the torch, and slowly leaned over the side of the bed. I don't know what I expected. Maybe a mouse, or my bag had fallen over. But what I saw, I still can't really explain how my brain processed it. It was a face. Human. Eyes wide, barely blinking. And for a full second, I didn't react. My brain just froze. Then he screamed. Luke, my flatmate, was under my bed. He screamed like I had broken into his space, like I was the intruder. I screamed too, jumped out of bed so fast I nearly knocked over my lamp. I didn't even grab my keys or shoes, just bolted down the stairs and ran straight into the street. Ended up at a 24-hour Dunkin' Donuts about 2 blocks away. I was in pajamas, shaking, trying to get my breathing under control, while some poor lad behind the counter offered me a cup of tea. I must have sat there for over an hour before I finally called a mate. Told him everything. He thought I was joking at first. Said I must have been dreaming or something. But I wasn't. Eventually, I got him to come with me to check the flat. Luke wasn't there when we got back. His room was empty. Looked totally normal. But when we looked under my bed, it was like something out of a film. There was a blanket, a pillow, an old hoodie of mine, a nearly empty water bottle, and tucked near the wall, a bloody notebook. The notebook messed me up more than anything else. It had dates, times, notes like home by 6 most nights, sleeps heavy between 2 to 5 a.m. Sometimes talks in sleep, can't make it out. It was like he'd been studying me. I remember turning to my mate and saying, "What the actual F is this?" I didn't even feel scared at that point, just violated. It's one thing to have a creepy roommate. It's another to know he's been watching you sleep, listening to you, writing it down. We packed a bag, and I stayed at my mate's for a few days. I didn't go back alone, ever. Luke messaged me the next day. No apology, just a weird string of messages. Stuff like, "I'm sorry if I scared you. I just wanted to feel close to someone. You were always so calm at night." I didn't reply. I blocked his number. Told the landlord. Moved out completely within the week. Here's the bit that keeps me up though. He'd been doing it for weeks, maybe even longer. How many nights did I sleep peacefully while he was underneath me, wide awake, listening? One of the pages in his notebook had a line that stuck with me. Tonight might be the one where I say something. Say what? Do what? What if I hadn't woken up that night? What if he'd stayed silent for another month, 6 months? I spoke to a therapist after it happened, told her the whole thing. She said it sounded like something called erotomania, a kind of delusion where someone believes another person loves them, even if there's no evidence. But that doesn't make it any easier to deal with. It doesn't change the fact that someone was under my bed, living there. Sometimes I wonder what would have happened if I'd ignored the noise, if I hadn't checked, if I'd just rolled over and gone back to sleep. Would he have stayed there forever? Or would something worse have happened? And yeah, I know how mad this all sounds. I've told a few people and seen the look on their faces, like they think I made it up for clout or it's some Reddit creepypasta. But I didn't. It happened. And it changed everything. Even now, in a new place, new flat, new flatmate, I still check under the bed, every night. Even when I know it's clear. I can't not look. I don't know what Luke's doing now. Don't want to know. But sometimes I get this feeling, just for a second, like I'm being watched. And I swear, sometimes, in the dead of night, I still hear breathing. And it's not mine.